Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a deep breath and plunging right into the world of scuba diving. We're going to explore how this absolutely incredible experience is becoming safer and way more accessible for people, even with medical conditions.
So, let's start with a question. For anyone who's ever dreamed of exploring those amazing coral reefs but kind of worried a health condition might hold them back, this probably hits close to home. Well, the answer, as we're about to see, is becoming a huge yes more and more often.
Okay, so let's get right into it. To really understand the solutions, we first have to get a handle on why diving puts our bodies in such an alien environment.
I mean, think about it. Our bodies are built for life on land, breathing air. The second you go underwater, you're dealing with this immense water pressure that literally compresses every single airspace in your body, from your sinuses to your lungs. It just completely rewrites the rules of how our bodies work.
And then there's the cold, and this is a big one. Check out this number, 25. Water pulls heat away from your body a staggering 25 times faster than air does. That's huge.
And this rapid heat loss, it isn't just about feeling a little chilly. It can lead to hypothermia, which is a serious medical emergency. Your core temperature plummets, and that can mess with your judgment and your physical abilities right when you need them the most.
But here's the good news. For such a serious problem, the solution is actually pretty simple. Technology. Choosing the right wetsuit with the right thickness for whatever the water temperature is your first and most important line of defense. It's a real game changer.
So, we can manage the temperature, but what about our senses? Let's take a look at how this same problem and solution approach works for our sight and hearing.
You know, if you wear glasses or contacts on land, just imagine trying to get by when everything is just a vague, blurry shape. Underwater, that's not just annoying, it's a serious safety issue. You've got to be able to read your gauges and, of course, keep track of your dive buddy.
And the great news is, the solutions are just as specific as the problems. We're talking dive masks with your exact prescription built right in, or even bifocal bits for reading your gauges, or just using soft contact lenses. Crystal clear vision underwater is totally achievable for almost anyone now.
Now, what about our ears? The biggest challenge down there isn't really sound, it's pressure. As you go deeper, the water pressure pushes on your eardrums, and if you don't balance that pressure from the inside, you risk what's called barotrauma, which can be incredibly painful and even make you dizzy.
But, and this is so important, this is entirely preventable. Every single diver learns these simple techniques, like gently pinching your nose and blowing, to equalize that pressure. It just becomes second nature, and it's absolutely key to having a comfortable, pain-free dive.
Okay, so we can stay warm, we can see clearly, and we can protect our ears. But what about just moving around in this weightless, three-dimensional world?
Scuba gear is heavy, let's be honest. And once you're in the water, moving around is pretty much all about kicking your legs. So for divers with mobility challenges or conditions that affect their stamina, this can seem like a total non-starter.
But this is where the innovation just gets so cool. There's this whole world of adaptive gear out there, from webbed gloves that basically turn your hands into fins to underwater scooters that do all the work for you. You combine that with some specialized training, and bam, the ocean opens up to so many more people.
All right, so we've covered the body, our senses, and movement. But some of the biggest hurdles in diving aren't physical at all. Nope, they happen right inside our own heads.
When something unexpected happens, maybe your mask floods or you get a little tangled, the natural human response can be to panic. And underwater, panic leads to really bad decisions. The most dangerous one is shooting for the surface too fast, which can cause some very serious lung injuries.
And that's exactly why every dive instructor drills this simple three-step mental model into their students. The second you feel that anxiety creeping in, you just stop. Everything. You take a breath, you figure out what the actual problem is, and then, and only then, do you act. It's such a powerful tool for staying in control. So when we piece all of this together, the gear, the techniques, the mental models, what does it all really mean? What's the big picture for making diving something that's truly for everyone? It shows us that safe diving isn't about having a perfect bill of health, not at all. It's about following a set of universal principles that apply to every single person who gets in the water. It's about being prepared, being well-trained, having the right gear, and working as a team. One of our sources just puts it perfectly. It really captures the spirit of this whole thing. The message isn't about your limitations, it's all about the solutions and the community that makes it possible. The focus is on ability, on adaptation, and on support. So, in the end, this whole journey into adaptive diving, it's about more than just exploring the ocean, isn't it? It's a powerful reminder that with the right mindset, the right technology, and the right support, the barriers we think are in our way, well, they're often way more surmountable than we think.
It really makes you wonder what other worlds are just waiting for us to find a new way in.